Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to break apart the myJET pod, how to clean the coil, change the cotton, fill it up, put it back together. So the first step will be to pry this base off of the pod. You can take your fingernails and just pry it off. Comes off pretty easily. And here is the inside of the pod. So your next thing you're going to want to do is to take off this rubber gasket on top of the metal chamber, which exposes your coil and your cotton. So you want to take your pair of pliers and gently pull the cotton out of the coil. There we go. And there is the coil. So the next thing you'll do is take off this next rubber gasket. And to take off this metal chamber that goes around the coil, you want to grab your pliers and grab it at the base of the metal chamber and gently wiggle it until it pops off. And here is your coil. And wipe that off a little bit. So to clean the coil, grab the base with a pair of pliers. And I clean it with a lighter. Just gently over the coil until it glows red. It doesn't take much. Nice and clean, good to go. So the next step before we wick it up, I'm going to put a few pieces back together. This rubber gasket here. And also the metal chamber. You could put the wick in before you put the rubber and the metal chamber back in. This is how I like to do it though. So the next step will be to wick it. So I have my wick here, organic cotton, and it's about 3 millimeters thick. Could go a little more, a little less, depending on how you like it. This seems to be just right for me. So you twist up the end and fit it through the coil, like so. Grab my tweezers, pull the cotton through, slides through nice and easy. You might want to trim it down if it's a little thick. It doesn't really take much cotton in here to get it right. So there it is. Next thing we'll do is trim it. You want to get it about in between the metal chamber and the end of this rubber gasket here. Whoops. Kind of slipped there. Grab my scissors. Okay, so here is the wick. Only a few more steps to go. Just replace this rubber gasket here that was on top. Like so. Then you want to take some juice and prime it up so you don't get any burnt hits. Just a little bit on the edges here. And a couple drops in the center. And then we are ready to fill our pod up. Here's the pod, my juice. And you just want to fill it up until you reach the top of the plastic chimney on the inside. You go any higher, you're going to be getting a little leaking because it'll be going in your mouthpiece. Right there. And we will pop the base of the pod in. Like so. Turn it over. Let it prime up. And then all you gotta do is pop it in and vape.